Another fine mess.
Good day, Fellowship of the Final Frontier. I'm Unsilent.
Priority message from Starfleet.
And here's our message from Starfleet.
We have reports of an undetermined number of Elasi pirate ships in your sector. You are ordered to proceed to the Harlequin star system immediately and investigate. Starfleet out.
So you have to go to the Harlequin star system and investigate Elasi pirates. See? We didn't see the last of them back in Hijacked. By the way, hi folks, I'm Unsilent, and you're watching more of Star Trek 25th Anniversary. This is episode number 6, I believe, of Star Trek 25th Anniversary. Thanks very much for joining me. This is our 4th mission in Star Trek 25th Anniversary. I think there's 6 or 7 missions. So we're close to the end. We're around about the halfway point of the series. And this episode is another fine mess. What mess are we getting into? Well, I guess we have to go to the Harlequin system and find out now, don't we? So let's get out the map. The old paper shuffling. You guys are used to this sound by now. So Harlequin is number 4 on my map, which is this one. Yeah, it's 2 top row, or the top full row sectors, and it's second from the center, or 2 left to center. So yeah, this one is Harlequin. All right. Old school gaming, you gotta have the instruction manual. Instruction manuals are all digital now. I feel old. I look for a game, I was like, oh, let's read the instruction manual before I start playing it. Yeah, no. Granted, since, probably PS2 era for sure, they've had, pretty detailed tutorials of games. So anyway, let's hit go. Mr. Sulu of Warp Speed.
We have arrived at Harlequin.
Very good.
2 Elasi ships approaching fast, Captain. I'm also picking up an ion trail from a small ship, probably a scout. It left the sector just as we arrived. It appears likely that we interrupted the pirate attack on the scout.
Message from the Elasi captain, sir.
Well, crap.
We'll show you what happens to those who come between us and our prey. Prepare to die!
Shields. Weapons. Full speed. Oh, there's one. There's 2. Oh, there's... Target analysis? Didn't get much on it. Oh, man. Please don't let them be behind us. We're just gonna go full speed until we see something. The problem is they're right behind me, so I'm just gonna... Let's try spinning. That's a good trick. Oh, they're gonna lighten up my starboard shields. Oh, there was one. Now they're both shooting me. No! Put the shields back up! I want a damage control. Just focus on the shields for now, Mr. Scott. All I hear is firing right now. Now I'm hearing 2 sets of torpedoes. I think they're missing though, which is nice. Let's back down the speed a little bit so I can try and find this one. Let's try. Full speed and give me a target analysis. Well, we barely scratched him. Get on the shields, Mr. Scott. How'd we do? Well, we got him on his forward shields, but now we just gotta dodge. So, that one Elasi ship is kind of... Well, I think they're both shooting because it's an echo, right? But I see our aft shields are coming back up, and so are our bow shields. I guess they call them forward shields in Star Trek. They still call it aft, but it's not off the bow, unless you're referring to something in terms of a direction in Star Trek. Exchange did not go as well as I'd hoped. But Mr. Scott is slowly repairing the engines because our speed is coming up. But... Okay, where are you bastards? The problem is there's two of them, so... So we're just, like, every time you seem to get one of them, you run into the other one, and now it's fresh progress again, right? But, okay, now that the warp drive might be offline, now we can just carry on to this one next. So that was a fortuitous... Except... No, put the shields back. Scotty, give me shields, or we're all dead. Because there's the problem is... The thing is... These flight combat parts of the game are in 3 dimensions, right? But the problem is you've got that radar right in front of Captain Kirk there. It's a 2-dimensional radar, right? And they don't really explain to you how to read the radar, or is it like, are they above you, below you, are they in front of you, beside you, it's like, so you've got 2 dimensions of info to try and fit into a 3D space, and it just doesn't bloody work. I mean, TIE Fighter fixed that by, here's in front of you, and here's behind you. In front of you was to the right, behind you was to the left, right? So, and that way you saw what was above you, what was below you, right? The half of this is guesswork. I assume they're behind me right now, but, like, I don't know that for a fact. I mean, they're shooting at me a lot, so I have to assume they're behind me. Uhura, try hailing them. Tell them I'm bored.
No response from the pirates, Captain.
Well, it was worth a shot. These sections are more luck than skill, to be perfectly honest. And I'm trying not to sound too disengaged with this, these spaceship battles, but I mean, it's honestly, like, I know in Judgment Rights, the sequel to this, that they've done it in such a way that you can, like, not do space battles at all unless you screw up your navigation and go off course, or you have the easy mode for space battles, but I mean, it's just like, come on. I can understand why they had to put it in there, because this is the worst part of the game. This is the part I enjoyed the absolute least. Now, let's see. No, but see, the problem is the second I get one of them lined up, the other one gets me lined up. It's almost as if the game has figured out a diversionary tactic. Man, these things are maneuverable. Much more maneuverable than I am. How do we do on that one? Well, we've taken off his dorsal and forward shielding, so maybe if we can get him on another pass. He's in front of us somewhere, right? Someone's in front of me there. Now, if we can just keep him in our sights. I'm busy trying to find. Now, how do we do on that pass? Oh, we got him good on that pass. It's starting to turn around. It's only taken us. I was going to say, I don't think I put the stopwatch on this one, but before I was going to say, one of them's off the radar, or they just kind of paired up again? And this one's barely been touched. But I'm only hearing one set of weapons, so I'm thinking we may have scared one of them off, which is good. The problem is we still got this idiot behind me. Now, we're behind him. How the tables have turned. Now we'll just pepper him with shots until we can finish him off. He's going to come around. Oh, we hit him good there, so I'm wondering if... Bring it back around. I lost him. I think we may have just touched him with those torpedoes there. Hey, any damage is good damage when it's on the enemy, right? Now, how much... Oh, have I lost him? No, I haven't. Alright, more speed. I'm going to try and outmaneuver him anyway. Oh, that was a good hit. So we saw it light up there. was gonna say, I'd like to know where the other Elasi ship went.
The ion trail of the scout ship leads to the Harappan system, Captain.
Picking up the subspace signal, sir. It's very weak.
Patch it through, Lieutenant.
I guess they ran off.
Enterprise? Is that you, Kirk? Friend Kirk, I can't believe they sent you to rescue me.
That sounds like... No, please, say it isn't.
Who is it?
I have a visual signal now, sir.
You come to help me. You've got to help me. I have had a terrible misunderstanding with the Elasi traders. They're out to kill me, Kirk.
Fancy that.
Now see here, Kirk. I sold my Mud's miracle degrimers in perfectly good faith. A little sideline work, you understand. Now they won't leave me alone. No. They're tracking me again. I can't send coordinates. You have to come protect me. I'm a registered ship with the Federation. Mud out.
I'm afraid his ship is registered, Captain, and regulations require we respond to his distress signal.
Harcourt Fenton Mud. As I live and breathe, we've got an adventure rescuing Harcourt Fenton Mud. Sulu, I guess set course for the Harappan system. Where's the Harappan system? Well, my map says there's a Harappa system. Which I'm guessing is just a typo. Great, could you imagine... Hey, I need this map to find my way somewhere, and it's got a frickin' typo in it. Jeez, that would be the worst. And it's number 5, which is here. We're here now in Harlequin, and 5 is Harappan here. That looks like something needing rescuing. All right.
The Harappan system is binary, with a neutron pulsar in the vicinity causing difficulties with our sensor readings. I was able to trace Mud's transmission to this derelict.
So, our friend Harry is on board, no doubt. Can you tell me anything about the derelict vessel?
There are 6 major subdivisions within the hull. All systems are down. There is, however, limited atmospheric integrity. The environment appears to be the result of a temporary save-a-ship life support generator. Not exactly a reliable model, Captain.
We're being hailed by Mr. Mudd, sir.
Captain, you came. I'm touched.
Harry, I have to be touched in the head to have anything to do with you. How's your lovely wife, Stella?
Uh-oh.
That was a dirty trick, Kirk. However, you'll be glad to know I let bygones be bygones. If the Enterprise will stand by and fend off any pirates, I'll just finish my salvage operation here and be out of your hair.
Computer records document that you filed notice that there was no salvageable value here, and that the ship was a common passenger tug.
Did I say no value? Minimal, Captain, minimal. I meant nothing but promising when I filed the report. We both know my judgment isn't always perfect.
Oh, well aware, Harry.
Judgment is never perfect, Harry. Perhaps we should beam over and judge the situation for ourselves.
Ah, that isn't necessary, Kirk. I can handle...
Harry, relax. We're old friends. We'll understand if things aren't picked up and looking neat. Kirk out.
So, the 4th Mud adventure. What was there? There was, Mud's Women, which is the first season of TOS. I, Mud, in the 2nd season where he was on the planet with robots. And then there was Mud's Passion, which was an animated series adventure. So, I guess it's off to rescue Harry Mudd. Oh, this should be interesting. Another Star Trek adventure with Harry Mudd. This will be fun, because it's frickin' Harry Mudd.
Captain, the shields are up.
Again with the shield, Sulu. I'm never not going to remember the shields. Alright, let's go.
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the con.
Sure you don't want to go instead of me, Mr. Kyle?
Welcome, Captain Kirk. So glad you're here. The Elasi have been terrible trouble to me.
Well, you're terrible trouble to me, Harry. Tell me what this is all about.
I happened upon this ship not long ago, and dutifully registered as salvage, mind you. In the hold here, I discovered one of these devices in that box over there. When I tried one on a wall, it floated off the grease and dirt. Perfect for cleaning, near as I could see. I peddled a few of these Mud's Miracle Degrimers, and everything was going perfectly well.
Then something went wrong, right?
Actually, no, Doctor, not then. I'd started offering a few other little items I found. Mud's Limited Coffee Substitute, a great little specialty item. Lenses to affirm packaging build-your-own telescope kits. The collection of novelty paints, things like that. All of a sudden, the Elasi pirates are asking for me in every quadrant, wanting to know where I'm getting my goods.
I see, Harry. Well, we'll look around here while the Enterprise remains close by.
Look around all you like, Captain, but I'll be keeping an eye on you. I've registered this derelict as my salvage, and I don't want you running off with all my prizes.
Harry, as official representatives of the Federation and of Starfleet, we recognize your rights to legitimate salvage. Need I say more?
I understand perfectly, Captain. You carry on, Captain.
Oh, what trouble has Harry accidentally found his way into this time?
You look but see nothing of note.
Well, then why did it light up? It light up red, so, I mean, like, that's nothing of note. That's lit up red, so there's something of note there.
There are shiny, multi-sided spherical objects in this box.
Multi-sided spherical objects. Yeah, okay, what's over here?
Odd-looking contraption small enough to hold in one hand.
Can I pick up any of these things, or would it be better to ask, Spock to tricorder some of these things, perhaps?
These are computer memory transfer media, probably designed for use with the alien computer system.
Alien USB thumbsticks, in other words.
A small energy device with a flanged opening at the front, about the size of one's thumbnail.
Did they not have that written down when they had Leonard in to actually voice the shit over? Alright.
Done.
Didn't put much effort into that part.
Done.
Or that part.
Mr. Spock is as close to annoyed as a Vulcan can get.
Nobody likes dealing with Harry Mudd, apparently.
James T. Kirk looks rather exasperated right now.
Spout usual.
Harcourt Fenton Mudd. Of course he's going to be honest and fair with you.
The computer or the narrator voice does not do a very good job of injecting the sarcasm needed for that line.
Dr. McCoy looks like he would like to violate the Hippocratic Oath on Harry Mudd, but you know he won't.
You think he won't.
Lieutenant Buchert is standing around watching everyone else converse with Harry Mudd.
Not even Harry Mudd likes Lieutenant Buchert. So, got a lot of smashed shit over here. What the hell is it?
This container holds small mechanical components unfamiliar to you.
Does he got, yeah, you got those balls there. That's Harry. Harry got some console.
This container holds bricks of what might have been pre-processed food a long time ago.
Anytime you have to do pre-processed food a long time ago, I'm slightly concerned. So, and is there anything to this smashed up? Oh, this, okay. What's the stuff on the ground?
This lens, about the size of one's thumbnail, magnifies like a fine optical glass.
Oh, well, okay. Let's grab that as well.
You fail to obtain anything.
Okay, let's try that.
Done.
So now we've got an inventory with, I don't know, that thing, that lens, that multi-sided spherical object. Can we get a close look at any of them?
One of Mudd's Miracle Degrimers.
Oh, that's the Miracle Degrimer. Oh, well, let's use the Miracle Degrimer on Harry.
Dust and grease lifts off the surface, leaving this item clean as new.
There, we just cleaned up Harry. If only it was that easy to clean up Harcourt Fenton Mudd. Well, let's go for a walk. See if there's anything outside of this room. Uh-oh, that's bad music. I suppose I could have talked with Harry some, but I think everybody kind of made their feelings about Harry kind of plainly clear. Spock, what do you make of this?
I wonder where that mud has gone. I wouldn't let him out of my sight. Mind you, I'm not too crazy about having him in my sight either.
They couldn't have changed up, like, the character models between Bones and... I guess Spock looks a little taller than Bones, which I guess is accurate, but still.
A most interesting technology, Captain.
If the Elasi gets hold of this, they'll make Mud seem like a perfect caretaker by comparison.
And what do you think, Buchert?
It looks to me like these people knew how to defend themselves, Captain.
That machinery in the middle of the room, however, is like nothing I recognize, and I thought I had seen just about everything.
Well, okay, so what's the machinery?
An elaborate piece of alien-looking machinery.
Astute? What about
The room reminds you of the weapons room of some old-style warships from the early days of starfaring.
Okay, but what's this?
A large claw-like device hanging from the ceiling.
Okay. These lights don't mean anything.
3 triangular blue buttons.
I want to know more about the console, to be honest, but...
A red triangular button.
What's this?
These cylinders have fallen down from the rest.
Okay, so what are these cylinders?
A row of unmarked cylindrical containers.
This is getting us nowhere. Spock...
A weapons delivery system. It appears to be an accessory tied directly to the alien equivalent of our ship's phasers and photon torpedoes.
And what about the control panel?
Nothing to report, Captain. The control panel has power running to it, Captain.
Okay, can we... Since I'm still trying to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to be doing around here, push buttons on the control panel, Mr. Spock. That usually goes well for us. I wonder why I didn't take on the first couple of pushes, but whatever. I think... we've just loaded the weapon system.
The device has finished loading, Captain.
So can we fire it?
A most interesting technology, Captain.
If the Elasi gets hold of
Oh, it's just... okay. Can you, like, push, like, a fire button? No, that was an unload button. So blue is load. Yellow's unload.
The device has been unloaded.
So, what the hell are all... So we've managed to load, unload, and load again, but there's no fire button for it? Well, okay. I'm sure there's probably...
The device has finished loading, Captain.
But can you... What's the red button do?
I believe, Captain, that this weapon must be hooked up through the main weapons battery. However, I've already examined the weapons console, and the main weapons battery on this ship was completely destroyed in the action, which made her a derelict. Mr. Scott would have to go over this thoroughly, but I would recommend we try to take this weapon with us to the Enterprise.
I don't think we should tinker with technology we don't understand, Spock, and I'm surprised you'd suggest such a thing.
Well, that's a very peacekeeper answer.
I agree that we should take it aboard the Enterprise. I'll try to raise the ship. Kirk to Enterprise. Kirk to Enterprise.
Well, that's the most neutral answer, so maybe we should go with the neutral answer. Oh no, there's a problem at the Enterprise and we can't raise them. What does that mean for us? Let's go to one more room. Well, now that we've all quickly filed in over here, okay.
Padded inclines resembling a bed.
Okay, what's this?
This seems to be the main monitoring station for the beds. Above it is some sort of dispensary.
And what's this?
Small containers of oddly colored liquids.
So, what the hell is it? Bones?
Are you religious, Jim? Is Harry Mudd a divine punishment for anything we did wrong?
I can't think of anything we did that was that bad.
Well, apparently you're wrong.
Sometimes I wish I'd become an archaeology professor instead of a Starfleet captain.
That is a very Captain Picard answer, not a very Captain Kirk answer.
You look troubled, Captain.
Sorry if I was bothering you. I was just silently cursing the day I met Harry Mudd.
Shouldn't have chased him into that asteroid field, Jim.
Captain, count your blessings. We haven't met any salt vampires or deranged computers, blood-draining clouds, cell-imploding sirens, Greek gods, or any of the other things that people keep telling me about in security.
There's not much I wouldn't do to not have to deal with Mudd.
Now come on, Buchert, how can anyone in security tell you about that when the red shirts all end up getting killed first when they have to run into those things? Okay, so Spock, what the hell is this place?
Nothing to report, Captain.
Okay, what's this?
Nothing to report, Captain.
Or this?
Nothing to report, Captain.
Okay, well, I guess let's keep wandering. Well, this looks like a bridge. Does it?
A control console from which operators run the ship.
Very good.
You see a plain gray screen.
Looks kind of like a TIE fighter cockpit, to be honest.
A control console from which operators run the ship.
What's the hell's this thing on the...
You see a plain gray screen.
I'm not interested in the plain gray screen. I'm interested in the big gold ball up top. A
control console from...
Okay, Spock. The hell's going on here?
Evidently the aliens' bridge, their centralized control. A closer look may provide more information.
You're a little close there, Spock, but...
It is a multi-bit compact Doover with its own Draktar traction unit and clamp kit.
Now I may as well grab the Doover dealie. Sure, why not, right? Mr. Spock, can you use any of this?
This is clearly the control center for the ship, Captain. I cannot deduce much information, but I do observe two things.
Okay.
Go on, Mr. Spock.
This station definitely is configured differently from the one beside me.
This shouldn't be surprising. After all, there are two stations.
That may be, Doctor. But if you'll recall, all the Enterprise's different stations link into the same computer network bank. And
What else can you determine at this stage, Mr. Spock?
these people have a fixation for the number 6, and even divisors and multiplicans thereof. 3s and 12s in particular. I believe this may be the necessary first clue to understanding the aliens.
So I'm kind of wondering what the hell we have to do from here, but we'll have to figure that out in the next episode. So, thanks very much for joining me as we continue our journey through old games, this time with Star Trek 25th Anniversary. Thanks very much for joining me. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're new, share on social media, follow on social media. The social media handle is Unsilent On Air. And until the next time, I'm Unsilent. Thanks very much for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time.